Drop Card Challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Gentlemen, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Don't be that guy running to the store for flowers and a card on your way home. Hey, Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. We have great Valentine's gifts in store now. And if you spend $99, we'll throw in a free bouquet of a dozen roses. Give her what she really wants this year and let us do the rest. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, your hometown jeweler since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island. Online at sartorheyman.com.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Ever feel judged at the gym?
You don't know how to use the leg curl machine? Are you serious? Is this your first day alive? No, it's okay. I love helping people during their first day on Earth.
At Planet Fitness, get energy without the judgment and join the judgment-free zone. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Get energized today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, February 16th. See Home Club for details.
Husker fans, it's your last chance to catch your top-ranked Nebraska wrestling team in action at the Bob Devaney Sports Center as they host a top 15 conference matchup on Friday, February 9th against number 13 Michigan. It's their annual Pepsi Pack the House duel, and all tickets and 24-ounce Pepsi products are just $1. The duel starts at 6 p.m. Get your tickets today by visiting huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Just jump in. What up, Jay Foreman? Jake Sorensen, Old School. We're brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese special ingredients. We are live again for the fourth day in a row down here at Radio Row from Las Vegas. The Mercado has two Lincoln locations.
It does.
84th and Havelock, 30th Yankee Hill. We are about to have Nick Saintert's favorite, Detroit Lions own Eric Kramer on here very soon. Had a little pop-up. That's the great thing about Radio Row this week, where you just never know when, you get people to pop on. We've had a busy day already. We'll continue to have a busy day today, and then obviously rest into tomorrow. And then we'll put a bow on this first annual Ticket Super Bowl extravaganza. Jake, before he sits down, you think you could run down our sponsors for this Super Bowl week?
I would love to. Our sponsors, I'm not sure why my mic is
180
Tavern
180.
They're Tanners, Lincoln and Omaha.
Tanners.
Roofing Service Company, High Electric are proud sponsors of our coverage here from Super Bowl Radio Row here in Las Vegas. And we start off old school, Jay, with a very special guest.
Right.
Former NFL quarterback, Eric Kramer joins us here on the broadcast. Eric,
welcome.
How's it going?
Thank you. How you guys doing?
We're hanging in there, man.
It's
How
been
about
a busy
yourself?
couple days.
After all, this is Super Bowl week, so we're all doing well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, but you made the rounds. I was watching you make the rounds here today. You've talked to probably how many booths have you talked to?
I couldn't tell you. 6, 8, something
6,
like
8?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Eric, I know obviously you Detroit Lions.
Yes.
And one of our producers and colleagues back in Nebraska is a huge Detroit Lions fan. And I will tell you this.
That's how they come.
Well,
so you know.
well, we won't tell them that. Now, we've made some inside jokes, but I'm going to tell you what, man. I've known him for well over 5 years, so this isn't a quick, flash in the pan.
Right.
He represents Detroit to the utmost. He's jealous, that he's not here. But we wouldn't be good co-partners if we didn't tell you that he he has true love for Detroit, man.
I love it. Well, that in case you haven't noticed, that is the new America's team.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. Listen, everybody was Aaron Glenn's a teammate of mine.
Okay.
Played against Dan Campbell. I love what's got going on, and it fits and embodies Detroit. Talk about you, just because you guys had some good teams when you played. Talk about being proud of what they did this year, and I don't even want to say just this year. The way they finished last year, let people know this year was no joke. Talk about how proud you are of being one of the original guys with the Lions.
I can't. Well, it's hard to put it into words, but it's almost like being a proud dad.
Right.
And this year, back at the first playoff game, Kevin Glover and I were talking. He played center on that team back then.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, it's kind of cool for the first couple of years being the last team to win a playoff game.
Right.
He goes, but that was 30 years ago.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Many moons ago,
it's
right?
Time now.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I mean, they just look so good against the Rams.
Right.
Obviously, for Jared Goff, what a magical
Right.
season he's had, really, since he's been there. And the way everybody's, I think from the top on down, the way Sheila Ford Hamp has kind of constructed everything around that organization, starting with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, Aaron Glenn, that coaching staff. And I remember calling up Chris Spielman last year that they were 1-3, 1-4, but looked good.
Right.
And I was like, what is going on? He goes, this coaching staff is ridiculous.
Right.
And obviously he was right. But there's like a feeling amongst the city, having gone back there now, in fact, watched the game on Monday night when they just destroyed the Raiders.
Right.
And I'm sure there were some Raider fans in there, but you couldn't hear them.
Right.
So that city has, not that, it's nothing new. They've been long suffering. And I think that's why the lid's popping off right now.
Yeah.
And just to wrap up, I would say, it's obvious to everybody watching that this is not a one and done.
Right. Yeah, for sure. It's built to last. I think the GM had I was called the public address where he's like, hey, you guys were doubting. We were drafting for this moment. Before we get into your book, because your book is awesome, people don't realize how tough and how great some of your memorable games were on Thanksgiving. Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about Detroit on Thanksgiving that it's some of the most iconic games and I grew up watching it. Obviously, talk about Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Well, obviously, it's kind of the nation's game,
right?
And so Detroit, if you play well, and that's the game you play well on, everybody remembers it.
Right.
And we had a couple shootouts with the Bears. We had just it's something special. And now kind of the NFL is kind of infringing on that a little bit. You got Dallas playing now, and you got whoever, third game, whatever. But I just think it's to play in that game and represent that city and that organization on that day does bring some special significance.
And talk about your book here. I'll put it over, The Ultimate Comeback. Obviously, surviving a suicide attempt, conquered depression, and living with a purpose. Talk about your story, man, because I did some research here. It's obviously, I'd say a pretty cool story, but it's a really deep story about what a lot of guys that, playing football, which I obviously understand going through some of the same things, to be able to battle and then come back and then tell your story is even more encouraging because you're not afraid of some of the things you had to go through.
Yeah. Well, I've had that comment like, why would you write this? And my response is, why wouldn't you?
Right.
And sure, it encompasses things like how I even got into college playing football. And I got to the Lions, placed a phone call. And so there were some ups and downs and even more downs and ups that you just in life you want to persevere through.
Right.
But at the same time, during part of my playing time, I was dealing with depression, anxiety. And then after I was done, thinking I was done, I wasn't.
Right.
And then had a series of personal setbacks, meaning like loss of family, starting with my son Griffin. Who had been battling a drug addiction.
Right.
He was not remission. He was sober for about a year and a half, and then relapsed.
Right.
But to get to that point, that didn't just happen out of the blue. So that was years of himself dealing with what he's had to deal with.
Right.
And then you got, my mom passed away shortly after that from uterine cancer.
Right.
Around the time she passed away, my dad had some untreated acid reflux that turned into esophageal cancer. And so at that age, I think I was in my early 50s, and it was like there was a lot more subtractions than additions.
Right.
And it just sent me into a depression that I couldn't get out of.
Right.
And I have a feeling that a lot of people, the story might not be exactly the same, but dealing with depression or knowing somebody who does deal with depression and kind of not knowing really what to do and there's some themes in there like, my parents. I didn't grow up with perfect parents. None of us did.
Right.
But over time, I learned to reconcile that.
Right.
And so I think the feedback I've received so far is it doesn't matter if someone's known me my whole life or never met me a second.
Right.
These themes seem to be universal.
What for you was the turning point to say, okay, we're dealing with all this stuff, but you got to take it on head on, whether you're a football player or just living in life. What was the turning point that you had light at the end of the tunnel to be able to come out on the better side of it and then also write this book?
Well, I think the story needed to be told, and it was Dan Wetzel from Yahoo Sports wrote an article, and I forget what year this was in. It might have been 2019 or 20, something like that.
Yeah.
And William Croyle, who's the co-author of this book, reads it, reaches out to Anna Durgan, who was quoted in that more than me, and he did some research on me going backward and approached Anna about, hey, do you think Eric would like to write a book together? And I didn't know who William Croyle was from Joe Smith.
Right.
And so we just talked over the phone, and he got to know me a little bit, and I got to know him. And he wrote, he's written probably 10 or 12 books. And I said, well, give me the name of one that you'd like me to read. And he goes, well, read all of them. I go, well, how about just one? And he says, okay, well, there's one called Angel in the Angel in the Rubble, and it's on the woman who's the last survivor of 9/11.
Right.
And I was like, okay, after a couple paragraphs, this guy kind of knows what he's doing.
Right.
And so we collaborated on this, and it started out kind of as a book just on my story and depression, and it kind of started working outward from there. And that's what's been satisfying to me is that the feedback I get is what I was just mentioning before. These themes hit a lot of folks,
right,
and more than I had ever imagined, and that's what's satisfying to me.
Yeah, we have plenty of listeners, obviously, that have kind of always, reach out to us and say, we all, say some prayers for this, or I'm going through this, or this or that. What are some of the tips that you could tell our listeners that really helped them for them to continue to battle through some of the things that they might be facing?
So that would be a two-part answer. Right. First would be before depression ever strikes, because there's no knock at the door.
Right.
And I would say be proactive and start with those around you. Observe those around you. People that look like your kind of people, meaning, do they look approachable?
Right.
Do they look judgmental? Or do they look? Did they kind of actively want to listen in an empathetic fashion? Right. Would they approach me, even if I didn't approach them? And so then kind of carefully craft out your own home team.
Right.
And the people that not only you can talk to, but that what they would want to talk to you too.
Right.
And so that would be for starters. But let's say you're in the middle of depression already.
Right.
To me, it starts with the therapist, some antidepressant medication, and that same home team.
Right.
But at the beginning, it's hard to see out of your own hole. And so you definitely need somebody around you that at least one or two or three people that can, be patient.
Right.
Because there's no quick fix.
Right.
And that's one thing that in the feedback I've gotten from readers who've read this book is, hey, I used to think somebody talking about depression, get over it.
Right.
And that same guy goes, whoa, I did not realize it was that blanketing.
Right.
And so I think it allows people to go, hey, this is temporary. And just hang in there with me. And so that's what I think people are getting at it, and what I hope they would.
Right. Yeah, man. Eric Kramer, not only a story of success, obviously, athletics, but redemption, courage, positivity too, man. Because look, I wrote a book myself, but then also going through things after you get done playing, and it's not necessarily correlated to that. People don't. They see us on TV.
Mm-hmm.
They think, oh, you got the armor on. They don't think you have feelings. So everybody has regular feelings, and it's just not only we're regular people, just happen to ram into each other.
Be in a uniform.
Yeah,
1 day a week. Right.
Yeah, for all in front of 80,000 people. God forbid that we have a little. Yeah, no anxiety, right? You're about to play in the Super Bowl or on Thanksgiving. That's the whole world's watching, but this is just a walk in the park. But we appreciate you coming on. Tell us where we can find you. Are you on social media? Where can we find the book?
At EK Pass on X.
Yep.
And on where else am I? I guess I can't think of the other ones.
Instagram.
But I don't even know what it is.
Okay, I respect that.
You can find the book on Amazon, and also my website's about to be updated.
Okay.
It's EricKramer12.com.
Okay.
And what I'm looking to do is some speaking engagements.
Okay.
And so it'll be updated what that speech will be.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's not there yet. A few weeks after the Super Bowl, we'll get on it.
All right, man. We appreciate you coming on, man. The book right here, EK Pass on X, Eric Kramer 12 on the World Wide Web, we'll call it, right? Thanks for stopping by, man. And I enjoyed watching you, but and even more enjoyable to meet you. So Jay Foreman, Jake, Eric Kramer, we'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No matter what indoor or outdoor project is on your list, check it off at the Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show, February 9th through the 11th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Visit with vendors experienced in handling all your dream projects. Spend time viewing displays and exhibits to see the latest in home innovations. Admission is $10 or bring a non-perishable item for the food bank and get a $2 discount. Children 12 and under are free. For more information, visit the Home and Garden Show online at hbal.org.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Radio Row, Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay, Super Bowl 58. Been a fun couple days out here, been a fun couple hours today. And guess who is on the scene? Not just Jay Foreman, not just Jake Sorensen, but DP, Derek Pearson, in the building. Good to see you. He's here.
Yeah, he's easily had the fastest commute from Las Vegas airport than anybody in Radio Row history. It took us 8 hours.
Bruh.
That walk is serious.
Yeah, like they don't know where they're going. They don't know where to tell you to go.
Oh yeah.
So we had to
figure it out.
It's like just survived in advance, basically.
Yeah, it was like going up and facing the dogs. You know, they walked us around everywhere, right? You send us everywhere, and I was like, why is this like going to Colorado?
Yeah, that's what it was. Wasn't as bad just because it wasn't so hot outside.
Yeah, and you get off the plane and the wind hits you.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'll put a hoodie on. I don't want to, I'll be running around most of the night. So, and then I get in here, I was like, oh no, this, okay, Vegas. This is insane. I got off the plane, literally walked into Cam Newton, right. Smacked into him, talked to him for a bit, ran into Valentina Shevchenko from the UFC.
Okay.
She was outside the hotel. And, we kind of looked at each other, right. And I was like, oh, champ. Champ's like, you don't want to bother people.
Yeah, when
they're doing their thing. And it wasn't at a UFC thing, so I didn't really want to bother her. And her and her sister, and then one of the other fighters. So we'll see them all tomorrow. And then I got a notice. So they're doing the WWE's doing their promotional thing with The Rock today at T-Mobile Arena. And they moved it up. It's 4:00. And I'm like, what are you doing? So, I'm here. I'm gonna walk around and see what it is and talk to y'all and see what's going on. They head over to T-Mobile.
Yeah, you missed the rush, man, from earlier this morning.
I heard.
Yeah, the rush.
10:30 to noon. We were packed.
So talk to me. Who's here?
So we had
everybody.
we had Jake Plummer sit down with us. We had Teron Armstead because I said, "Hey man, Miami Dolphins. I'm in the building." He says, "All right, man. I'm not sure he did much local radio." He says, "You know what? I'm going to talk to this guy." So here's the situation. Somebody stole. We had 4 chairs originally. Okay,
I knew that.
Okay, then we got down to 2. So I'm like, okay, we had 2 chairs. So I let Jay sit there, Armstead here. I was on my knees. I said, I am not going to miss this right now.
You can't.
So that was great.
He was amazed by Jake's fandom. We had my man Rick from Pawn Stars.
Yeah, Rick Harrison was great.
Nick
Ferguson was with us.
He does
we
stuff
had
with the Colorado Buffs.
Tracy Sandler, the beat reporter for the Niners. She was wonderful.
Tracy Sharp.
We had Bonnie Joe Laughlin also was on.
Yeah,
she was
Joe's
wonderful.
fab.
She was
Bonnie Joe's
great.
tight.
She was great.
Yeah.
Just saw Jonathan Ogden. The big silverback walking through, swinging arms.
Yeah, I don't think he's walking. He looked like he's walding a little bit.
Yeah, like, you know.
The kick step is gone.
Hey,
and,
you know, he still could give you 14 and 10, though.
Yep.
If
you just tuned in, we just had Eric Kramer, the former Detroit Lions quarterback, sit in. That was wonderful, talking about his book, talking about the Lions in general, you know, the rise of them the last couple of years and being all the way to the NFC title game. Despite a 17-point lead they blew, hey, man, they were there. They believe they can be there again next year going forward. So just a change of the guard there in the NFC.
I was being nice because I wanted to tell Kramer last time I saw him, he was running from Dexter Manley and Monty Coleman. I was like, yeah, that was not a fun trip to D.C. But yeah, when he reached out and said he was interested in being on, I'm like, yeah, that's a good one for Jay.
So we're trying to get. I talked to there's everybody has a handler here, as you know this DP,
man.
But I talked to the handler for Brian Baldy, and she said he might come over at some point after 2:00, which is right now. It's after 2:00. It's 2:25. So if we get Baldy to sit down, that'd be wonderful. But we'll keep trying to track, guys.
And if you get Baldy at 2, he's going to be on to 2:45.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Listen, we'll talk to Baldy all day. That's good. That's
entertainment right there. Baldy breakdowns and stuff like that. But listen, Jake has had a stupendous week.
It's been fun, DP. We've had a lot of good time.
Jake is living his best life.
In the middle of the Eric Kramer interview, I'm surprised that Jay didn't, because Jay does not get starstruck, right? He does not. But walking right behind me was Josh Allen. I thought Jay might get like a little happy over there, a little woo. That's Josh Allen. It's
at
my
least
boy.
a yo, at least give him a yo, right? Like, okay, Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
He had about 10 handlers, by the way. Josh Allen had about 10.
The most handlers we've been Shannon Sharp had 7.
Yep.
He had 8. Legit.
I think he had 8.
And there's a difference between handlers and pointers. They just point you to go
right. Right.
Shannon Sharp had 8. Jerry Rice. Easily.
I think he had 11 or 12.
12.
Yeah, squad.
And the fact that man looked immaculate.
Yeah.
To a T. The head shaved, shining like a diamond.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Right?
It's not fair.
Well, to be that cool. And the thing is, right there, the whole line, everybody was leaving. Jerry was coming.
Right.
They all stood to the side, parting of the seat. So it was all good.
See, we get here. We made it, right? Yeah, it's the circle of trust of people trying to find out where they're supposed to be and who they're. Yeah,
Kellen Winslow walking by.
Big smooth.
Jake has updated everybody.
Well, I
don't think Jake realizes.
He don't see,
but he doesn't realize you're at the Super Bowl though.
I know where I'm at.
It'd be like me being at the NBA Finals and hey man, Dominic Wilkins is here.
Yeah,
of course I would assume so.
Especially in here, just walking through.
It's a safe place, Jake.
Yeah,
it's a safe place, Jake.
Well, so I beat Jay here this morning. I said, hey, Jamal Lewis is here.
Yeah, right.
He's like, Jake, stop. Everybody's there. I understand. I'm not surprised.
It's been just the walkthrough alone, Jay. I was like, oh yeah, like this. It's that we belong moment.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've been listening, or I mean, I know you were on with the, pregame with Supernovas yesterday. I was on earlier today with AD and Raph. Been on with the Captain Show.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of these you've been to. I've been to and worked plenty of these, but as it's grown.
Yeah.
And I was telling Jake, we were talking about it last night. our ability to come in, establish ourselves, lets you know what we're doing is at a different level than anybody, and obviously in Lincoln or Omaha. But again, when you're here and you're no different, you're good, good interviews. People know, and
I'm very proud of our content this week.
Right.
We've done a good.
Yeah,
I think we've done a lot of stuff.
Like in full.
All right.
I mean, we thought baby steps. Big Ten media.
Yeah.
Right. Let's handle that the right way. Let's go through, take another step up. Then it's Big Ten with
Right.
basketball. Okay, let's take a step up. Now, we go on the road for Husker football games, Husker basketball games, and then the next step. And this was the toughest credential for us to get.
No doubt.
Right? This is the one where they went, okay, who are you? What are you doing?
Right.
Show me. And to have enough Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Adam Carricker, bass in your voice.
Need that bass.
Jay, that was what was said was, y'all got bass in your voice.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And
you got a little credibility to you, right?
And then for them to then put us into the pool of sending us people.
Right.
And having those people, come through. As I said, you kind of, you run through who you run through out here. You run into everybody here. So it's going to be tomorrow. Will be fantastic.
Yeah.
Folks are still trying to line up, and like I said, I'm proud of what you guys have done the first 2 days. I know it's the heavy lifting. I wasn't sure. Another 5-setter last night, so I wasn't sure what
Supernovas,
what voice I was going to have, and a tight 5-setter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy that. First of all, y'all didn't warn me about Carter Lakes, Iowa.
What about it?
Yeah. Listen, man. So we do the game, and I'm going to stay close to the airport so I can just get on the plane first thing.
Okay.
Smoking.
All right.
So we book close to the airport, right?
Yeah.
Close to Omaha.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Close to Omaha, right? Carter Lake, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll be
Isn't that where the
around.
airport's at?
I like
Yeah.
where this is going right now.
Yeah.
I wonder where this is going.
And so Rico's dropping me off, right? And we pull up, and I mean to tell you, so first of all, you pull up to the hotel, and a lady is in a car smoking in front of the hotel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we pull up, and she said, "What's your name, ma'am? What's your name?" Why? And she goes, "No, I need to check you in."
They check you in from outside?
From the car while she's smoking?
Bruh. She yelled at Jay.
Oh,
Jay.
no.
And it wasn't cigarette smoke either, first
Yeah.
of all. So then across the street, there's like a convenience store and a gas station, right? There is a brawl. There is a full-on every sex brawl
I know that store. I've been there before.
going on.
Yeah.
Jay, and I don't mean yelling. I mean hands is
Hands are
throwing.
Yeah.
And
But
I looked at Rico like, what is that?
Right.
And he was like, this is why we don't mess with Iowa. Like, we don't do
We stay out of Carter Lake.
We don't, bruh. Jay,
I would. That reservation would have been canceled.
it was late, and I was tired and needed to get to
Yeah.
bed because I got to get up and go to the airport at 6
Right.
o'clock. But it was six and or 8 people, and I couldn't tell who was on whose side.
He saw one of those X or Twitter fights where everybody just fighting.
I don't
Fake hair everywhere.
And one dude was in a wheelchair.
That's what I'm talking about. He said, "Hey, his nickname is anybody can get it.
Right? Like, and I'm just going.
Anybody can get it."
So, and I'm like, okay, I need something to eat because I've been on air from 6 o'clock.
Some
until
substance
11.
here, but where do I go?
So, and then I asked her, and I'm like, where goes? She goes, there's Perkins over
right there. Yep.
Perkins over there. But Jay, I'm watching a battle royal in
Yeah, I'm
Iowa.
not going to Perkins.
So I'm not
Get your
like,
popcorn.
I don't know what's
I'm
over
driving
there.
back to Lincoln.
And immediately I'm thinking, okay, I need to leave myself in the room, but I need to hide it so in case they know I'm leaving and decide to go in.
Right.
But also, I can't take nothing with me.
Right.
Because she out here in the car
Yeah.
spying.
Knowing where you stand.
And immediately she
What's your
said
name?
Perkins too quick. Perkins, like,
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, sent the text. He's on his way. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I can't.
And I'm wearing red. I'm wearing a ticket pullover and a ticket hat. So I'm wearing Husker red. And yeah, I'm like, no, y'all ain't getting me, bro.
Well, we're glad you survived Carter Lake and made it here safely, even though it took a while to find the actual place. Like it did again. Like me and Jay know where we're going because we've been here since Monday, but we had the same issues as you getting here, saying, "Hey, man, we're getting this way and this way." We walked like 8 miles in this building on Monday.
First day, 8.79 miles.
Yeah, I have a friend that's working. So I have a couple of friends who are working Super Bowl. And one of them is in hospitality. And she's like, well, listen, what I'm going to tell you is day one, wear some tennis shoes. Make sure you have tennis shoes because you're going to walk. And I'm like, no, I'll be good. She goes, no. Listen to me.
Oh, yeah. You ain't wearing no dress shoes.
Right? Tennis shoes and prepare. Look at that. It's Super Bowl MVP. Look at that. Look at that Super Bowl MVP. Look at that rocket arm.
Oh, that's Doug.
Look at that. Look at that magnificent. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. 17? Come on. The rifle? What? Don't mess with me. Come on. That was the greatest Super Bowl ever. Greatest quarter of football
Doug
ever.
Williams in the building.
Dougie Fresh in the house.
The great
dropping
Doug.
dimes.
Look at it. Look at it.
See, this is me right now.
Look, that's the only person that's going to give me to react like that.
Jake,
that's the only one.
Yeah, y'all was.
You should have seen me with Rob Marino yesterday.
Art Monk
Dan
ain't
Marino.
walking in the store. So
Yeah.
other than that, that's it. It's Dougie Fresh.
Well, Dan Marino he gave me the nuts yesterday.
Hey, man.
I didn't get time to get a
saw
picture,
you
but
the stalker picture.
I took this.
He got plenty of them.
I've got a lot of those
and
going
he
on.
taking them this close too. Yeah,
Right, just walked up on him like,
excuse me, sir.
Yeah, like he didn't enlarge the screen.
No,
he went right up in his face.
He getting all the blemishes up in there.
Oh,
then I don't know if did you post the picture of LaDainian Tomlinson?
I have not yet. Yeah, we got a pic with LaDainian Thomas last night and Ed Too Tall Jones and Jake Plummer was by here today, and then Larry Centers also last night we talked to. So
Centers. Is he not the most underrated fullback in the NFL history?
He's the first version of Juszczyk for the the 49ers.
Yeah. What Centers did, he evolved all of it.
Right. He opened the eyes of what a fullback can be, which has actually opened up the offenses. And obviously, playing for the Arizona Cardinals didn't give him the type of exposure, but what he did is he exposed a lot of defenses where he was a in between back. But Larry, people always think Larry was just a pass catching back. No, he was he give you some when he had to make a block, you're gonna make a block, and he wasn't afraid of contact. But he was so effective out of the backfield, you would be punching yourself in the face trying to make him into a Sam Gash type.
And then he gets you out on that wing. And
he had
one-on-one.
He was a great route runner, great teammate. It was good to see him last night. He threw an event, and Jake was in there.
Yeah, I got the
invite. He was stargazed at LaDainian Tomlinson, and it was so bad.
Do you blame me?
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Thank you.
It just got to the point that I just stopped and said, Jake, you know what? I'm done seeing this.
Yeah.
I'll take you over here so you can get a picture.
Thank you.
We
So
can
you did it
actually
properly. Then
we can actually function like human beings.
Yeah, I was doing the awkward stalking again. I couldn't stop looking.
Listen, Jake, DP, every time LaDainian looks over, he probably said, "Who's this white dude looking at me?"
Like, do I know?
Not probably,
definitely. But it's like, look, it was the stone face.
Like for me at that table right there. It's like I was close to him.
And I was watching LaDainian's and LaDainian, and he was probably like, man, he was like,
this kid's got to go.
This kid has got to go.
I was in mid conference. I said, you know what? I just felt it. I said, you know what, Jake,
that's crazy.
We're going to end this right now.
That's exactly what happened.
Man. Well, I fully expect it. Like I know I'm gonna be that dude here in a little bit because they're gonna let me in the room with the Rock, and I used to make steak for Rock back in the DC days, and he was.
What time is it at 4?
It's 4:30, but I'll have to leave here at 4 o'clock. Go over to T-Mobile. It's him, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah,
Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Like it's just them talking, but it's gonna be, And Jay, I said this on air the other day. There aren't a lot of women that you just kind of have to watch your step with. Like I might just say something.
Yeah.
But Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley are going to be at this thing, and I've been promised pictures with them.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to be the one that like have my hands in front of me the whole time. Okay, just be cool. Just be cool. Don't do too much.
Don't do it.
Don't do too much. So and then power slaps tomorrow, Jay. I saw old girl, big one-hander, hitter, quitter.
Yeah.
She was at the hotel. Yeah,
Stay away from her. Don't get her mad.
6-foot bodybuilder, one hand, Jay Foreman. So what are y'all going to do this? What is the evening plan? I know that Ocho and Shannon are doing their show in a public venue. Their tickets for that.
Oh yeah. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do yet.
It's hard to plan out your evening. We've just been so busy during the day.
I mean, literally, we've been going from 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning to sometimes 6. So once we get situated, then yesterday
we're just starving.
Well, here's it. Then. So I had to take Jake to the NFL experience. My man. Listen.
Yeah. And by the way, there's like thousands upon thousands of people. That's a zoo over there.
Hey, DP. I said, Jake, there's too many people. I gotta go.
So we left.
No, he says this. There's not too many people. Jake, there's 12,000 people.
I did not say
yes,
that.
He did.
That is
DP.
And everybody else paid.
Right.
You in.
Right. But he's like, there's not that many. There's 12,000 people here in the convention.
I didn't say those words.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that.
Jake, having done late night with you, I would imagine that you did. I would imagine.
He almost lost his life, Jake. You want to know what he almost lost his life for over?
What did I do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This right here.
To show the camera. We've had a little situation with this cookie right here.
I took Jake. Or we went to the media party.
Yeah, Tuesday
met some of my colleagues over there.
By the way.
Phenomenal, DP. It was great.
Yep.
Went
here. This story.
So we hadn't eaten all day.
Yeah.
Literally.
Starved.
I won't say whose fault it was, but it definitely wasn't mine. You weren't here.
It could only be one.
Right.
There could only be
Throat
one.
just gone. Jake, can I get something to eat? No, we got to keep. Cool. I'll answer the bell. So we went. Free food and free drink. And I will tell you this. Me and Jake got off of that media bus with a plan. We looked at each other and we said, we are about to dominate the food and drink. And there's 3 levels, DP. So we walked past the $10 million F1 car.
Got it.
Right?
Got
Did all that.
We had a mission.
Dominated the first level.
There we go.
That's just the introductory level. Just to see what you're made of, right?
Announce your presence with authority.
But we went through that thing, DP, like buzzards. I'll never forget this. Get to the second level. We had the meatballs. Jake took one bite. He's like, Jay, this is phenomenal, right? Hold on, DP. It was right when we walked in. The joy on his face.
It was elation.
And then I went. We had some libations. Then we had another libation.
Yeah.
We got halfway through. We double fisted the food.
Right.
And Jake, you ever see that little thing when they were on the hot wing challenge and the 2 actors like, look at us, we're doing. That's me and Jake.
Look at us.
But by the time we got 3/4 way through the second level, I said, Jake, I'm done eating.
I said, the hell you are.
12 samples. He said, no, the heck you ain't.
It's some jambalaya.
Right. No. The jambalaya is on the 3rd level. We go to the 3rd level, had some more drinks. I think he slows down a little bit because then he gets cocky with a DP. He says, listen, we've already had that twice. We don't need that anymore. Turned his nose up at it. And then he doesn't eat sushi, right? Okay, that's fine. That's
sushi.
That's acquired taste. So we make the trek down the 3rd. Jake trying to get me to eat. I forget what it was. I said, Jake, I'm done. I'm done eating. Well, then I left him, DP. Check this out. He's like, you got to try this chocolate, this peanut butter that is like chocolate, right?
Yeah.
He's like, just take a bite. Took a bite. I was like, you know what, Jake, you recovered.
Yeah, this is good.
Just when you bottom out, you come back up.
This is good.
Then I'm thinking we're done.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't have turned around 1 second. It's like he gave me this to open the palate. He comes back with jambalaya. But DP, I look down, it's there. He just has it right here. Guess what? I said, Jake, I'm not going to eat your jambalaya, right? He's like, oh, no, it's double stacked. Hold on, DP. It gets better because you were on air. It gets better. You take the bite now. Listen, the jambalaya was the best jambalaya I ever had. But by this time, I'm literally in my third trimester. I've eaten so much, right? So I'm done.
Yeah, your water broke.
And then the thing is, everybody that we were with, Jake is overfed. Right, my man from ESPN San Antonio, El Paso, they were like, this little skinny dude, that's 145 pounds, eating this under the table.
He's not built for it.
He's buzzsawing on the way out of there. So then we
Still
leave.
eating, by the way.
DP, they're leaving, right? So then I was like, I got to get away from this dude. I can't.
Enough.
So I didn't even have to go to the bathroom, but I saw the bathrooms over there.
Yeah.
I said, I got to go to the bathroom. So I just walked this way. Jake is focused. Now, mind
Still
you,
on the food row.
These are the food trucks now. I mean, a mile-long food truck, depth, too deep. I take a step. I said, let me watch this dude. This man over here looked or ate at every single one of them. Now, I did go to the bathroom real quick. I went to the bathroring real quick and came back. I said, Jake, let's go. Right? I'm already irritated. It's late.
What happened?
It's late.
But what happened?
He's like, you gotta eat this popcorn chicken. And I'm sitting there like, hold on. It gets even better. See, DP, this is gonna morph into we're gonna have a podcast. Listen, listen. I said, did you eat it? He's like, oh, I already had some. He already ate it, scarfed it down. And then I said, well, I don't want any. Jake goes over there and gets the popcorn chicken, eats another 2 bites, and he's like, you got to try one. I ate one. He's like, I got 2 more for you. I said, Jake, get out of my face. I'm done. So the parting gift is that cookie. Now, DP.
This cookie will be eaten by Jay Foreman by tomorrow.
Like he's going to starve you until the cookie is
he's going to eat this cookie.
For an hour and a half, I told him, I'm done messing with you.
Yeah.
And that wasn't what I said.
Right.
We get on the bus. Right now, Grant, we were feeling good. You sure you don't want to bite of this cookie? No, thanks.
I said about 10 times.
No, thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. No, thanks. 5 minutes. This cookie, man, has got your name all over it. We are back at the hotel. We're back at the hotel. He taps me, and we're walking the hotel. Now you know your boy's legs are
feeling pretty good.
Barking. I looked at him, DP, and I said, Jake, if you ask me one more time to eat that cookie, I swear I'm going to knock your head off. He's like, that's true. All right. He's like, I'm done then.
Yeah, give it a shot.
But he knew I was serious then. That's how serious
it took that much.
6'1", 155 pounds.
185.
With a bottomless stomach.
He 190 now since you got to Vegas.
I've gained 5 pounds at least.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't eaten for 10 hours.
Dude, Jake's saying I like my co-partner on radio, Chunky.
Yeah. Radio Chunky.
You know,
that's a new DJ name.
Like we got weigh in or something.
You know, that's a great new nickname, Radio Chunky.
Yeah, man. My man has the bottomless stuff. He got what we used to call. He got the wooden leg or something.
Yeah,
that's Jake.
But
I will tell you this. All jokes aside, that was a highlight. The F1 thing was a highlight. Going up there and experiencing it, it was great. I mean, the whole trip has been great. And I was telling AD and Raph and Nick on the drive this morning. The thing that's really I hope with this trip that the amount of work we've done and the footprint that we've knocked into this big space of
Jake Sorensen, you know who that is, right? You do know who that is, right?
What? Right here?
We give much respect, Brother Bomani.
Yeah.
Brother Bomani, we give.
Yes. My man right there is eloquent with the microphone in the pen.
Oh my goodness!
But I was saying, for the sponsors and the exposures that they've been getting and been given through our stuff, will allow to do it even bigger and better, and people get work because of not only the social media and stuff, but also for the amount of people that have Nebraska ties that are from LA. Heck, we interviewed the CEO of the American Gaming Commission. Without him, there's no Jake.
Right. Yeah, his family founded my wife's hometown, Crofton, Nebraska. His family founded the freaking town.
Isn't that just amazing?
Of all the places,
how it all
everything comes back to Nebraska.
It really, it just.
Nick Ferguson, went to Georgia Tech. They said everybody in Colorado mad at him because Tom Osborne voted for Georgia Tech or not for Colorado because they had to split, and he got caught wearing red to practice.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Gracious.
So with that being said, DP's first long segment. We're going to probably try to. I know DP's
He's
trying
got to track down Doug Williams over here.
You gotta
the Bayou, was it the Bayou Bandit?
Yeah.
So we're going to go to try to take a break and try to get him back. And I'm going to sit back in glory and watch it.
I want to watch this. I want to see this happen.
Yeah.
Watch DP track down Doug Williams.
Jay Foreman, DP, Jake Sorensen, Old School. We'll holler at you.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through February 13th is spend $40 and get stew beef for free. Plus, 15% off all alcohol and chocolates as you prepare for Valentine's Day. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Fairway Meat Market has everything you need for meat and cold drinks for the big game this Sunday. Now through February 11th, enjoy fresh chicken wings for $2.99 per pound, USDA choice brisket for $4.99 per pound, all natural St. Louis pork ribs for $1.99 per pound, USDA whole prime beef tenderloin for $19.99 per pound, 10-pound tubes of 80% lean ground beef for $2.99 per pound, and 30 packs of Busch Light for just $17.99. Fairway Meat Market, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual Planter Clinic at the Adams County Fairgrounds in Hastings, Nebraska, February 21st and 22nd. Landmark's Planter Clinic offers expansive equipment training and important information on new and updated technology for this planting season. Get a refresher before heading to the field on in-cab monitors, maintenance points, and options to increase your operations profits. Join us February 21st and 22nd in Hastings. Learn more and RSVP at landmarkimp.com/events.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Stop giving your loved one the same chocolates every year and spice it up with the chocolate season. Who wouldn't appreciate handmade chocolate-covered turtles, artisan chocolates, brownies, cheesecake, fudge, caramels, bread pudding, and chocolate-covered strawberries? Should I keep going? Make the day of love special for you and your loved one you cherish the most. Get your one-of-a-kind gift that is for sure to make that person feel ethereal at the chocolate season. Located at 3855 Village Lane, next to the Williamsburg Hy-Vee, or order online at thechocolateseason.com. Get your one-of-a-kind gift today.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, Old School crew, live in effect, Las Vegas, Radio Row, Media Mecca. What is it? 3 days before the game for the big game. Jay Foreman, DP, Jake Sorensen. Quick segment here.
We need to get one of those hats made for the ticket.
The big hats?
The big hats. Jake doesn't understand the big hats.
I don't understand them.
Do you want a dolphin?
I'm not a fashion guy, though. You know that. Well, you can tell by the way I dress. I'm not a fashion guy.
Yeah. No, it's a thing, Jake. It's a thing. Actually, the first one I saw was with the Commanders.
That's what that was Jason Brian Robinson.
Yeah, the first one, and then it kind of took off from there. They're available. I think I've seen a couple of Husker ones.
Can you see me wearing that thing at all?
100%.
You see me? You guys, you guys look good in it.
100%.
If there's a Dolphins, but I put on right now, but I don't see one.
100. They make them.
Yeah.
I saw some over there a while ago.
I know with your 9,000, early breakers who
Yeah, why don't you have one of your early breakers that
I'm
only
sure
give
they
you
will.
give
me a
you
Dolphins
give you
big
gifts.
hat.
Yeah.
They'll deliver. They'll deliver.
Yeah.
Dolphins big
They'll
hat.
deliver.
Yeah.
They'll deliver.
I can't put my headset over that thing, man. I break it.
I keep waiting for them to come up with the early breakers fat head that they put up.
Ooh, a fat head. I won't see about that.
Do we really need a simple fat head? Is that
It'd be weird.
Yeah,
Just
you
go
already
with
got a big
fat.
old dome, man.
Yeah.
right? Would that be too much?
Eddie
A Nick
Murphy.
fat head would be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, but
But now I'm looking at Jake. I want Jake to have a Dolphins big hat.
I would wear it if I had it.
So I walked over. The entire room is stalking Doug Williams, and I'm going to
You
walk
better go
over.
right
I'm
now.
gonna
Go get him. Go grab him. Yeah. We'll see if DP can work his magic and get Doug Williams over
Yeah,
here.
we're taking odds. What do you
Super
think?
Bowl.
We're
I'm gonna
taking
say
odds.
yes.
We're taking odds, Jake. 10-1. You taking it that he can do it?
Yes. What are you taking? It's on.
Negative.
He's talking to him.
Negative.
Shook his hand.
Negative.
He talked He talked to this station and he talked to that station.
I know. Negative. When somebody gives you that side eye, the sleepy eye like that, they're gonna just slow play.
I've been getting the sleepy eye all day. I've been tired. I wasn't even out late.
You couldn't hang last night.
No, I was.
You couldn't hang
I
last
told
night.
the listeners, and this is sad because we're in Vegas, but I just get so worn out by talking all day that I've been going to bed by 11:30.
Well,
That's uncommon for Vegas, and it's also 1:30 a.m. our time. To be fair,
Are you here to party or are you here to work?
I'm here to work, my friend.
Well, when you're over here at 9, and last night we didn't leave till almost 7.
Yeah, it was a long
and that's
day.
straight out a radio. It's hard for to answer the bell. But
yeah,
Old Town Vegas.
Let's do a little something real quick. 402-464-5685. Text your thoughts so far in the coverage today. Anything you want to hear, things you have not heard yet that you're curious about. 402-464-5685. Again, live from Vegas. We will take a quick break.
And come back. We'll read your text, and we'll see who won the bet between me and Jake.
Yep, top
Jay
of the hour.
Foreman, DP, Jake Sorensen. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting increasing cloud cover throughout the day. It will be breezy too. We'll see a high around 57. Tonight, partly cloudy skies expected with a low around 31. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies for most of the day. A slight chance of rain late with a high around 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
To get into the electrical construction industry. The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, Jake Sorensen, DPs to handle some business right quick. Now we have a special guest on Old School, Roy Choi.
That's me.
How you doing, man?
Damn, you're so natural. I just went from. I just saw that all happen in front of me, and I was like, man, that's amazing.
That just brought you in, man. Listen, I love to eat, and so I always appreciate it. Listen, I will tell you one thing. I try to get on all the different social medias and learn how to cook. Mm-hmm. Tell us about, or tell all our listeners how your love for food began. Because to do what you do, you got to love food and you got to love what you're doing.
Yeah, it began really, really early for me. So I'm come from an immigrant family, and when we came over, back in those days, it was really hard in this country, especially for Asian immigrants, Latino immigrants. It's like you just got to figure America out. No one gave you a handbook, so a lot of the times we did a lot of the stuff at home. Weekends, family, like extended family. Everyone, it's like a potluck every week. I don't ever remember eating baby food my whole life. Like it was always like there's no kids menu, nothing like that. It's just always whatever they're eating, you're eating. The other thing is like in the household, it's not just like packaged food. It's food that's fermenting, marinating, pickling. So there's food everywhere. So just being fed by aunties my whole life. Then we owned a restaurant. So growing up in a restaurant, doing homework on kitchen tables. In high school, in order to pay for like my rims and my car and everything like that, I worked in restaurants. But it was too close to me. I didn't think it would ever be a career. I guess it's like maybe in sports, if you grow up like the son of a coach or something, you know what I mean? Like maybe you don't think that that's for you, but eventually it ends up being.
It's in your blood,
right? It was in my blood. I tried to run
DNA,
from, I tried to run from it, and then I came back to it.
Talk about Kogi, right? It's kind of like your foundation benchmark that kind of took off. Talk about it, because I think it's really interesting how you start from Kogi. Now we're here today, obviously at Radio Row.
Yeah, Kogi came out of desperation. It happened in 2008. All of you may remember the gourmet food truck movement, Twitter. When Twitter came out, if you don't, there were a lot of these stories of this taco truck that would go around and throw out tweets, and then people would go crazy, and then it would be a flash mob, like a scavenger hunt throughout Los Angeles. Well, that was us. That was, but all of that happened because we all lost our job in 2008, when the economy crashed and all that stuff. And we couldn't get in. I was unhireable at that time. You know, it was a weird space of like, I was kind of overqualified, you know, and then the economy was tanking, and like, I could not find a job to save my life. So we just started selling tacos on the street. But the perfect storm was that social media was just popping off. And we were able to harness that and kind of speak up for the people, and it just became a movement. I saw people, it was like Forrest Gump, like people would just walk out of their office and start making like blueberry muffin trucks, and, grits trucks, everything, you know, like it was crazy. across the country. So that was that whole movement.
Well, it's funny because we're in Lincoln, Nebraska, and the same.
Oh, yeah.
So we have, again, we're proud of our food trucks also, but it's something that it just keep growing and growing.
Oh, it was big back in 2010, 11. It was big in Oklahoma, Nebraska, Texas. I know you guys don't like to hear Texas. And Oklahoma.
No, we don't.
But yeah, it went all the way through the Midwest. It went everywhere. You know.
Yeah, man, and then so from there, talk about how you expanded off of that, because I think it's really unique. You talked about a desperation not being hireable.
Yeah.
But I always feel like through some turmoil it becomes obviously something great. And talk about how you've really been able to expand and take off from there.
You know, like it happens in sports too, and anything. You know, and especially now with social media the way it is, you can go from anonymous and obscure to like viral overnight.
Right.
And that's what happened to us. And when you go viral, those of you that understand it, or even if you don't, what happens is there's this momentum that comes with it. You know, whether you believe in the spirit world or not, there's something that cracks.
Right.
You know, and if you're lucky enough to be involved in something like that, whether you made a one-handed catch,
right,
or whether you something happened, or for us, if a food went viral, there's this wave that happens. And if you have the ability and the courage to jump on that wave,
right,
it takes you.
Right.
And that's what happened to me. Is I was flat broke, man. I was negative broke.
Yeah.
Start selling these tacos.
I never heard that before. Negative broke.
Selling these tacos, and then it just went viral. And then from there, just things, you know, you open up your life, and, you know, then you start figuring things out. Deals start coming to you, and you're in a position now where you're not begging for that position.
Right.
They're pitching you.
Right.
So you're in a position where you can see it clearly, kind of almost like a lifeguard booth you can see above. Right. And so if you have the courage to kind of tap into that, it kind of rides you through. So that's what happened to me. I went from selling tacos on the street, tweeting out stuff, to opening restaurants. I never opened my own restaurant before, you know. I was a hotel corporate chef, you know, and then to running businesses, being an entrepreneur. I was a salary man my whole life, man, you know. And so, but you figure that stuff out in life. When you get thrown in the deep end, you kind of figure it out.
Right. Talk about some of the challenges. Yeah. That's the difference between, like you said, a salary worker, or even, you know, growing up and kind of doing your homework, and then actually running it on your own, because it's a difference. Because a lot now, from you depending on people, I guess, to get your check, to where people are dependent on you to give them their check.
Well, the biggest transition for me was the tax thing. Taxes, man.
Right.
Because when you're an employee, what you get is what you get, right?
Right.
And you get money back at tax season. When you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, it's a totally different story.
Right.
So you got to think that every dollar that comes in, 50% goes out.
Right.
And so it's hard to do that. Like, because when you have your bank account and it looks one way, to look at it and say only half of this money's mine, you know? So that was a big transition for me. I still talk to my accountant and be like, really?
Yeah.
You know, and I really got to write this check. And so that was a big transition. The other was just figuring out, like, just how to do the paperwork and be responsible. But again, when you're thrown in the deep end, you figure that stuff out, because if you look back, a lot of the things that you do that you think aren't connected, they prepare you for this, whatever it is. And it may not even be related. There's that idiom of it takes a lifetime for an overnight success takes a lifetime journey, or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and it's all the work that you put in. Right. And it may not necessarily connect, but when you're forced to, it does connect.
Right. Joined by Chef Roy Choi here at Radio Row. And a couple of things. I'm doing some more research on Roy because it's impressive, the background. He was a 2016 top 100 person of the year, top important person of the year, according to Time apparently.
Right.
And also, I'm just thinking about, you know, with I forgot my train of thought there, but what do you have for your restaurants in Vegas? What are you involved with Vegas in?
I have 2 restaurants here in Las Vegas at the Park MGM. One is called Best Friend.
Best Friend.
And it's a cool name, right?
It's cool.
Not the best friend, not best friends. It's just Best Friend. And it's a love letter to my city, Los Angeles, and the area of Los Angeles that I come from, which is Koreatown, East LA, South Central. You know, it's just like, it's a mix of that feeling and people and culture, history into one restaurant. So you walk through a liquor store, and then through the liquor store is the bar, and you think that that's the only thing, and then you go through like the beer cooler of the liquor store, and then the restaurant opens up.
Okay.
And then we just opened the chef truck. John Favreau and myself opened. We have a show. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Chef or the Chef Show on Netflix, but it's a cooking show.
Right.
And obviously John Favreau is, Iron Man, Mandalorian. So him and I opened this truck called the Chef Truck, and we serve Cubanos and things like that from the movie.
Oh man,
So,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to ask you.
Vegas has been good to me. Yeah.
We got one real question, and then we got a really, really important question before we let you go. The first one is, what's the go-to Super Bowl menu, or what would you bring if we like to drink beers watching it in the garage? So what would you bring?
It's got to be finger foods, right?
Yeah,
Ribs, wings, 7-layer dips, bread, cornbread, warm
cornbread,
warm rolls.
Mm.
Like a corn salad.
Right.
But it's got to be ribs.
Right.
I think ribs are like the number one thing. Tacos too, but it's got to be ribs.
The most important question is,
okay,
when can we get hired, me and Jake, as your we need to be your taste testers?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We will sign it. Yeah, we're up for hire. We will work for food.
It'll be amazing. Like, I'm hearing you guys hearing this. It will be amazing. Like, every dish we make, like, you guys comment on.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, if you ever need us to come, we will be there. It doesn't matter where it's at. Trust me. And we can put it down. Best man. Listen, appreciate you coming on. I love your story, man.
Thank you.
It's awesome. Great. Hey, great things
come
happen.
by Best Friend if you guys. I know it's a busy week, but come by Best Friend. You can take a tram there from here. We're open all night. So
for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. Always, Roy Choi, best friend down here. The chef.
Roy
Yeah,
Choi.
real deal.
Yeah,
This is good stuff.
Wu-Tang.
My man.
It's awesome, man. We're gonna go to break. Jay Foreman, Jake Sorensen, Chef Roy. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through February 13th is spend $40 and get stew beef for free. Plus, 15% off all alcohol and chocolates as you prepare for Valentine's Day. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go. Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can.
With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers. Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come for the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the big game at Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Wings and Rings? It's the big game party with 93.7 The Ticket at Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Junior Achievement at Lincoln inspires and prepares today's young dreamers to be tomorrow's goal breakers, leaders, and things we haven't even imagined yet. Help more kids while having a great time at the JA Bowl-a-thon. Sign your team up and raise money to ensure the educational programs focused on financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship are always free to thousands of students. The JA Bowl-a-thon is February 16th and 17th at Parkway Lanes and Hollywood Bowl. Register at lincoln.ja.org.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we have some really big savings for you right now. Our new crossover sale is underway. New Terrains, Equinoxes, and Trailblazers starting at $23,290. That's right, $23,290. Also, we've continued our huge Sierra and Silverado truck sale with over $10,000 off new pickups. You heard right, over $10,000 off list. Koppel truly has a small-town feel with big city deals. We're right down 144th Street or at KoppelCars.com. Stock numbers G260980 and C119824.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, an easy track lawnmower, or gator, every piece of equipment in pre-owned inventory is put through a rigorous inspection so it's ready to work hard for you. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything is sold meets their quality standards. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Jay Foreman, Jake Sorensen. Old school. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients. 2 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. Always like to have the special people on, man, that known them for over 30 years, about 30 years, because I was 18, right? So
yeah.
Trying to date myself. So over 30 years, close to 30 years, or 30 years coming up here in a week or two.
Yeah.
But when you have that type of relationship with somebody and they're special people, I want to bring you on. I've been knowing them forever. We've been doing this whole Super Bowl thing forever. Steve Foster, Nebraska alum, Princeton great, deal maker, lawyer, media mogul. He's the one, Jake, when I first was getting started, we was busting that thing out with ESPN, man, 7 o'clock in the morning, rocking it, and he was giving me tips, put me in front of people, and then boom. That's why so coming down here, it's a really good experience. So we want to welcome you to The Ticket.
Thank you.
Officially, the first time, Steve Foster. What's happening?
So people can understand this.
Yes.
My first football team in El Paso, Texas. I was on the Little Vikings. And I got the photo right here. My phone is charging.
Phone's over there.
But Jay's seen it.
Yeah.
I was number 44.
Yeah.
I was a little Chuck Foreman. So it's just unbelievable to come back around.
Right. It's crazy.
Being alum with you,
Right,
Jay.
yeah.
And then also to get the opportunity to meet
Right.
your pops,
Right.
who I was doing the spin move
Right.
out in West Texas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Trying to, be a district champ.
Yeah.
And, make my way through. And so as alums,
Right.
to me, I feel a great loyalty to the things that have helped me out.
Right.
And it's crazy. Like you said, I graduated from UNL Law School in '94. Coach Osborne was great. Coach Brown helped me. He actually coached against me when I was at Princeton.
Okay. Yeah, because he was at Brown, right?
Yeah. And he knew me. And then a guy who, rest in peace, and I don't know, I either may love him or hate him, but I loved him, was Jack Pierce.
Right.
Coach Jack Pierce.
Sure.
And he was my first connect with Nebraska.
Right.
He was one of my coaches at a football camp.
Right.
And talked to me the whole way
time.
through.
Right.
Even though I didn't go to Nebraska for undergrad, the opportunity to get more education and to work with the Husker program in the 90s was phenomenal.
Right.
26 and Vine.
Right.
So I was in between East Campus.
Yeah.
I was in East
I know
Campus
that well.
and campus. I still have friends there, and we helped start the capital of Texas, Nebraskans.
Right.
So folks from Nebraska have moved down.
Yeah. Down to Austin,
Red-
Texas, they got a big
Alumni
big
jam,
alumni branch down there, and they treat you right too, man. I came down there and they lay it out. Steve, of course, Steve does as well. He's being way too humble. My man's a lawyer extraordinaire, a life extraordinaire, coach. Many times I used to call him up like, Steve, hey man, I'm going crazy. Steve was like, Jay, you just gotta calm down, call me back tomorrow.
Therapist kind of looking for Jay.
It's kind of a big brother deal,
Yeah.
and you and Zach Weger were down in Houston. It was fun to come down and see y'all play. So many people have supported me.
Right.
So to me, paying it forward is a treat.
Right.
Because you just don't know how high the next person is going to fly.
Right. Yeah.
And Nebraska was so good to me.
Right.
And to be able to, because I'll be coming back, because 94, so 04, 14, 20.
Right.
So we're coming back for our reunion.
Right.
So I'm looking to see if
Yeah.
I could come back for that alumni weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh, you ain't no coming. You got a place to stay. You got a place to stay, a place to lay your head. We're gonna take care of you, just like you take care of us.
I appreciate that, and it's because you can't tell the story of me. I can't say it without Nebraska.
Right.
And I know I get beat up now because we're not the same Nebraska,
Right. Mm-hmm.
but I believe we're turning the corner.
Right. Right. Yeah, but the thing is also with Steve is, his belief in people though. When I was first started getting into the media business, remember I was at Comcast Sportsnet, and I was like, man, I gotta, I'm gonna have to make some sacrifices. He's like, Jay, it's no different than when you was a red shirt. He's like, you gotta get it out the mud. And he's like, find a way to make it work. And I was coming down doing stuff with him in Austin, going up to Houston, doing radio, and then doing TV to 1 or 2 o'clock at night, finding a way to get up. And then my man was making sure I get to the airport to get back and do something else.
It's a good man right there.
Well,
Come on.
Here's the thing. You're right. I had a belief. I saw what I saw, and I knew what I knew. So to be able to say, okay, you can do this because I can do it.
Right.
And I didn't see anything less than you than I saw myself.
Yeah.
So sometimes you don't have so much to work with, right?
Right.
But that
right.
wasn't the case here.
Yeah.
It just needed to be cultivated.
Right.
And some people just need some attaboys,
Right.
pats on the back.
Right.
And the fact that you can stare at somebody and go, Jay Foreman, you can do this.
Right, yeah, man. I don't
And then
know
off you go.
how many conversations I had with Steve, and he's like, man, this is what you can do. Believe it. You can try. He's like, trust me. And then when you do it the first time, I'm like, man, that dude knew. I should have listened to him 2 years ago, man.
It's all when it hits you. It's kind of like solving a calculus, because I always wanted to be an astronaut. So math was really cool for me. I know I was like, God, what a nerd. But yes, I am.
It's important, man. Come on now.
Right.
Don't be feel that way.
And when you start being able to do that math
Right.
and it starts flowing out the pencil and you see how it works, it's just like when you call the perfect defense and you
Right.
shut somebody down on 4th down, you go out jumping, they make the measurement, on comes the offense,
Right.
or at the end of a game and you're winning and you say, hey, it's a group effort.
Right.
That's the same thing here. And it's a treat. Got to say hello to my program director from back in San Antonio, my boy Tim Spence just moving through. He didn't break stride.
Tim looks like us
Locked
after
in.
we went through 3 levels of food. Doesn't he? Just walking.
He was
just,
locked in.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
Yeah.
I mean, he just stride.
Steve, I wanted to ask you,
Yes,
I know
sir.
you know a lot about football. What's the vibe you're getting this week? Now getting towards the end of Super Bowl week, games right around the corner. What's the vibe you're getting on who the fans are pulling forward, but then also more importantly, who do you think is going to win?
So it's interesting because kind of one of the sticks that I did for my show, because I was very fortunate to be a player, grad assistant at Nebraska, is as I take the player and the more so in the coaching aspect of my reporting and broadcasting, more so than always going to media.
Right.
Because I want to hear the pulse of like a Neil Smith,
right,
2-time Super Bowl champ, also a Nebraska
right,
alum. Neil, tell me what you're getting, because you've done this before.
Right.
Tell me what the difference was between your first win and the second win.
Yeah.
And then tell me about these two teams and what aspects are important to you that'll make a difference this Sunday.
Right.
So you ingest that,
right,
and then you kind of have your own thoughts because you can relate them to different things. I remember in '93 playing Florida State in the national championship. Everybody's headset goes out besides mine and
right,
Coach Osborne's. So in the last 6 minutes of the game, he trusted me to walk with him up and down the sidelines and get everything from the
Up
press
top,
box
right,
to him. What I feel when I'm moving around town is, well, San Francisco, they really have a shot. They really have a shot. Yes, they do. But as we know, this is a quarterback-centric
right,
league.
right.
You can't copy a Mahomes. You either have to have a Lamar Jackson that didn't work, a Josh Allen that didn't work. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The ironies of life is Mr. Irrelevant is now
Relevant.
extremely relevant.
Right.
So, to me, and I've said this, I'm a big Cowboys fan.
Right.
I take Brock Purdy over Dak because he's got his head on right.
Right.
Not because he has better tools than Dak. Dak has all the tools.
Right.
But if you can't get the tools to work when they need to work, you can own Black and Decker.
Right. Yeah, that's
But
true.
when it comes time to go ahead and screw in that deal, and your drill doesn't work,
Right.
what difference does it make? Well, it worked last week in the store.
Right.
Okay, but that's the regular season. We're out here standing in the backyard trying to build this fence, bro, and we ain't getting no juice to the drill. Purdy somehow gets the juice to the drill, and he's got himself Super Bowl 58.
Yeah.
Jay, I didn't expect at any point during Radio Row to hear a Black and Decker reference at all, but it worked well.
But it worked.
That worked perfectly. So that's why Steve's the man.
When he said it, I was like, I don't know where he's going from.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm let you finish. My boss right now. Got it though.
But he got it. He reeled it back in, and it was magnificent.
Hey, man, the University of Nebraska College of Law taught me to think outside the box, taught me not only use the relevant parts of your life, football, athletics, but relate to the daily aspects that everybody can relate to. Everybody knows about Black and Decker. Everybody knows about a drill.
Be honest, Steve. He just experienced one of your closing arguments. That's what that was.
I saw.
That's what it was.
I witnessed.
Yeah,
I witnessed.
If I can't do one now, don't ever hire me as an attorney.
I witnessed.
Man,
Hey, man, I love it, man. We appreciate you coming on. We got to go to break real quick. Jay Foreman, Steve Foster.
Go
Foster,
Big Red.
Go Big Red, and Jake Sorensen. We'll be right back. Where's Austin? I mean, we're going to break? Well, I guess we ain't going to break.
Maybe we're not going to break. Hey, listen, it's all right. Hey, man, we're still talking. Here's the deal. I think we're not going to break because we took an early break this hour. We after Roy Choi, we went to 5:10 break.
Can I ask a couple questions?
This is a fake break. I don't give her back. Okay, what you guys?
How's Amigos doing? Amigos still kicking?
I love Amigos. Hey, I keep them in
crispy
business
burritos.
myself.
Yeah.
Okay. I always got the 2 late night. Okay. Valentino's. How's my pizza joint doing?
Val's is still kicking.
Yeah, yeah.
Still
Valentino's
kicking.
still good?
Still
Yeah.
kicking.
Runza. Cheese Runza fries and a vanilla shake. They should call that the Foster.
Right.
That's cheese Runza.
You
some
try to
fries
get some
and a
NIL
shake.
deal, ain't you? Trying to get an NIL deal.
At Runza,
Yeah.
that's the meal of
Right.
choice. It's kind of funny because being from El Paso, we have a restaurant chain called Chico's Tacos. If you ask anyone from El Paso about Chico's Tacos, they know that you plugged in. Runs is the same way for Nebraska for me.
Right. You know the thing about Runza, when I was playing, I was like, man, this stuff is beefing like onion. That's nasty. But I came back and had one when I'm older. Palate, I don't eat Runzas all the time.
Right.
But
when I do,
I
eat
eat
cheese
plenty,
Runzas.
I eat
Plenty of Runzas.
And when I do,
right,
I eat Runzas.
No, I just have one.
I like if I'm gonna eat it, I'm
the
a go.
crinkle fries are delicious. At
Yes.
Runza's. Oh, the fries are so salty.
That's what I'm telling you.
And don't sleep on their burgers. The burgers are popping too.
I've never had a Runza burger, bro.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's what I get at Runs is the burger.
How about
It's
my
so
Elk
good.
Creek? How about my Elk Creek and Sandy's
Sandy's
still rolling?
It's still rolling.
I don't know. I don't partake down
Hey,
there.
listen, I can give an update. I was at Sandy's for the first time in probably 5 years, like 2 months ago. And I don't know if it was for an event, but the Elk Creek water was red.
Okay.
Usually it's orange. Yeah,
Usually
was
it's
red.
I was speaking.
Right.
You see my face.
But it was orange juice, so they must either they dyed it or something.
Maybe
else
it's
with the
ruby red.
I don't know.
Maybe the ruby red.
It was still
orange
good
juice.
though.
It was
still very good.
Yeah.
that's
I can sip.
What else?
That
you
was
got?
my
What else
gin. That was my gin and juice
There you
right
got your
there.
boy from the sports science right there, man. He used to do the
Steve-
40.
Oh, Steve, Steve,
Brinkus.
He used to come on our show in Texas, man. What's up? Good to see
We
you.
need to get him and see if we get to see what the force would be on a 48-year-old man running a 40.
Jay
How you doing,
Foreman.
man?
Yeah,
Foreman.
yep.
Yeah.
Man, you meet you.
Yeah, maybe we could throw Jake up. Then you just do it on the cop and let me hit him at the goal line.
The beautiful thing that Steve figured out was when they had, Deflate Gate. He said, look, man, you can't take too much out of the because your exact words were, if Tom Brady threw an out and it was not enough air, it would give the defensive back enough time to have the closing speeds, and it'd be a disadvantage.
I was a ball boy. Yep. Look, that was back when I was 14. That was 34 years ago.
Yeah.
And I did all the guys' balls, right? I mean, I'm not in the,
Careful how you say that.
Right? They all wanted them either really, really full or something like them. So when it happened with Tom Brady, I was just like, this is what you're getting.
Yeah,
I did it back in like 1990 for $10 a ball.
And you wanted to listen, who made the rule that the ball needs to be inflated between 10.5 and a 12.5 PSI?
Yeah.
You as a ball boy, you couldn't tell the difference. Now, why not just say you can have the ball inflated to anything you want? Because if you want a flat football, God bless you.
Yeah, especially in the wind, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, a little flop. It looked like me
who
throwing a
cares?
regular one.
It was done on sports science. It was proven. There's no advantage if you take too much air out of the ball.
Zero. It's a disadvantage. It travels slower. So why would you want that?
No.
And you want to know what was hilarious is all the receivers saying, "Oh, I could tell if it doesn't have enough air or not."
No, they can't.
No, you can't.
They can't.
You know one of the coolest things that you used to do, man. I played linebacker.
Yep.
When they hit,
that was awesome, man. I would literally live for it to be on TV. It would be like I would be doing something in the making food or whatever, and then you would have it come on, and I'm like, yeah.
Because they would show the guy.
They
and
know
then,
what it
and then
feels
was
like.
all kind
So
of.
now, dude, we got something even better going than sports science. I
What?
got my own network now called Brinks TV.
Brinks TV.
BRINX.TV.
Tell us about Brinks.
You got
TV.
an app for that?
Now,
Or what?
dude,
What's up?
Do we have an app for that?
We got it.
Look at this. We got an app for this, and Sports Science is coming back as the GOAT code. So Sports Science was great,
right?
The GOAT code is amazingness. It
Right.
actually bends the universe. And
So you look good.
So look at this. So we have a contract with the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Right.
where we're doing every Hall of Famer, the science of the greatest of all time. We've already started verticals. We have football, we've got hockey, we've got MMA.
Wow.
We're gonna have every single sport.
Some of them dudes might be mad, man, because I'm gonna tell you, I watched some of them dudes. I was like, "Yeah, you slow as Christmas." I wish I played back then, because I'm telling you, listen, I was okay. I can hold my own. Man, I would walk the dog on some of your butt. Let me tell you something. The force. Let me tell you the most ferocious hitter I've ever seen.
Who's that?
And it's all. And I want to ask your opinion. I always tell people, there's guys that tackle, but then I call them strikers.
Yep.
And it's just that last little second snap where they I don't even know if it's a timing thing, because I think that's more luck when you time it up and I got to hit. They just had it naturally. And there was a linebacker named Jesse Tuggle.
Yep.
And he was a lot like Mike Singletary. And I just saw his name. When they would hit you, it was like your body. I used to call him Captain Freeze, because you would just freeze. And explain that, because I don't think we have a lot of football listeners. When I say it, they think that you're just trying to talk this scientific. It's for real.
It's for real.
Yeah.
So, well, think about it. First of all, if F equals MA, force is mass times acceleration, think of what the A actually is. Does it matter how fast you're running prior to a hit or when you're hitting?
Right.
When you're hitting, right?
When you're hitting, right?
There you go.
So you could be standing still. Ray Lewis was arguably the best.
Yeah.
Ray, very good friend of mine.
Right.
Ray, by all accounts, is not a fast linebacker.
Right.
But A to B, he'll get there, because what he is doing is saying, I know where you're going to be and when I need to exert force.
And when I get there,
boom, I'm going to explode.
Yeah. And talk about with Ray Lewis. I want to ask you this also, because, there's different type of linebacker. I'm 6'2.5". Ray Lewis is about 6.
He's about the same size.
About 6'1", 6'2". Yeah. Then you have Mike Singletary, who's shorter. You have London Fletcher. I always say Ray Lewis had the perfect build from the portion from waist down or waist up. Talk about that, because I think that goes into your ability to be a ferocious hitter and the way Ray, and he was a wrestler, but
you're a physics teacher too, Jay. I like.
Hey,
that.
man, listen. Well, I got to learn how to get. I had to get down like Charlie Brown, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to get down.
Here's the truth. Why? Because being bigger, stronger, faster does not mean you're better. You need to be big enough, strong enough, fast enough. If you take Ray Lewis, I tell everybody, Ray's not nearly as big as you think he is. It's not like he's a small human, but he's not LeVar Arrington.
Right.
LeVar Arrington, great linebacker. Ray Lewis, greatest of all time. Right. Because here's why. There's another principle. F equals MA, forces mass times acceleration, and two objects that collide each experience the same amount of force.
Right.
The bigger you are, the more force you experience with every single hit.
Right.
So if Ray is weighing 260 and he's 6'6", it's much more difficult on his body than the frame that he was playing with.
Right.
And for running backs, who's the ideal running back?
About 5'11",
under 6 feet.
215.
Dude, that's exactly the number.
Right.
That's the number. It's 215, somewhere below 6 feet.
Right.
So if you get somebody,
where I played at,
and that's the truth. So for the linebacker position, Ray Lewis really is, to your point, you want to be 6'1", 6'2", a little bit higher. Why? A line of sight. Also, low man wins. You can get low enough.
Yeah.
Right. And you need to be not fast, because you'll be experiencing too much force. You want to be explosive.
Yeah, and he was
because
that hit. I don't know if you're. I mean, I'm sure you've seen all the hits. The hit that he hit, and it was a preseason game, Ravens against the at that time the Redskins. I think it was on a Miami alum. I think it was either Santana Moss. I mean, he obliterated. I mean, I was like, come on, Ray. It's the third preseason game. Where's the tune-up? No, you got my man over here dead, man. But the way he'd hit people, and that's what I had to watch, because I had to find a way. I'm going against Larry Allen one week, Alan Faneca the next.
Ooh.
They're bigger than me.
Right.
They're longer than me. So I had watched and appreciated a Ray Lewis as that Thomas.
Yeah.
And then I had to even say, okay, let me see what Junior Seau does to kind of, to find his way. He would slither in there and do that. Then I started looking at the build of running backs, right? I always taught about this guy, his name Lamar Smith, that played running back for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
I always tell him and Adrian James were my two toughest competitors. Now, you think I played against Eddie George. I had a plan of attack, though. I'm going for it. I'm trying to knock him out, or I'm trying to hit him low. Whereas Lamar and Edgerrin, they had that perfect height, weight, size, strength. And Edgerrin had super long arms to give you that stiff arm where they could absorb my hit and then keep going. Those are the ones that people don't understand. And I saw you walking there, and I was like, dude, I've been a fan of yours since I don't know how long. I was like, we got to get my man up.
And I thank you for being on my show. You were very good about doing that. And I love the fact that you're coming back in bigger.
Check out, man, bigger, better than ever. Check out Brinks TV. Check out the GOAT code. We just had Mike Singletary on. So here's the thing about Mike Singletary. Again, not that big.
No.
And when you see it, people are like, get out of here. I'm like, dude.
Broke 19 helmets at Baylor.
19.
Practice.
Yeah.
You talk about breaking a helmet, and he has got his, when people talk about, oh my God, he's took a lot of hits to the head. You break 19 helmets in college, like that was in the day where those helmets didn't have a lot of padding.
And you ain't getting no water.
Right.
Remember, right?
I know. No water.
Yeah.
That's a
Ice
sign of
cube.
weakness.
Yeah, just ice cube. Right? Water for wussies, right? That was it.
Come on, man. 2 a days. It's 100 degrees.
Yeah.
It's a sign of weakness to drink.
Yeah.
You just got your bell rung, son.
Well, your body's 70% water. Coaches didn't understand that.
Right.
So you can't lose the main ingredient of a human body and expect it to perform.
Yeah.
Just like Dame Dollar says now. It's like, and then when you get done, you disappear. You're not properly hydrated.
Yeah, man. Tell us again. Tell us for all our listeners here in Nebraska. Where can we find you?
Brinks TV, BRINX.TV, or download the app Brinks TV on the Apple Store, Google, any OTT platform.
I'm doing it right now.
We're fans right now.
We're fans.
Like it's a big deal because it's the only platform that pays you to watch TV.
Okay.
So you actually get paid. You get loyalty points for every minute that you watch, dollar that you spend, and you get to apply it to all sponsor merch for discounts, free merchandise. Awesome. So every single episode that you watch, the live channel is nonstop bettable.
Yeah.
Like download Brinks TV.
Right, I'm doing it right now.
Get out your phone. Let's go.
Mine's charging.
But
you know, I stopped you. You know, I got them. I stopped you. So I'm Steve. You know, I'm a fan.
You want to watch the GOAT code? So we have 20 episodes that are already out, and there'll be 370 for the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You're about to get some more tonight. They're going to announce. So that's pretty cool, man.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what we're really excited about because we'll get the new crop.
Yeah, dude. Listen, I'm excited. I'd never think that I'd never meet you. I would never meet you. You know,
come on, man.
I'm telling you the truth.
Come on.
For 9 years in the NFL and all the years prior up in college, and I'd watch and stuff and said, man, that is pretty cool that you do it because you did so much stuff that I would be thinking about, and actually it changed the way I trained. You know, to be honest with you, and to meet you today and then be gracious enough to come on, man. I really appreciate it. You got fans. I don't know if you ever get to Lincoln, but listen, if you like some beef. And you like if you like Coors Light, we will take care of you. And anytime that you can come, man, or anytime you're willing to come on, I really appreciate it, man.
God bless you guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you very much,
Thank
Jay Foreman, John, Jake. We're going to break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No matter what indoor or outdoor project is on your list, check it off at the Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show, February 9th through the 11th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Visit with vendors experienced in handling all your dream projects. Spend time viewing displays and exhibits to see the latest in home innovations. Admission is $10 or bring a non-perishable item for the food bank and get a $2 discount. Children 12 and under are free. For more information, visit the Home and Garden Show online at hbal.org.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through February 13th is spend $40 and get stew beef for free. Plus, 15% off all alcohol and chocolates as you prepare for Valentine's Day. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No Jay, no Jake. Back in studio for a minute, Austin Orman, joined by Eric Strickland. Back like we never left.
Like we never left. It's a fact. And that's what's coming up.
Hey, is that what we're doing? That's what you're doing.
WTF will be coming up soon. Cluster Johnson and I will be taking over and having some WTF We Talk Facts. Obviously, we'll talk a little bit about Husker basketball, any significant things that are going on with the NBA and the trades. But we've got a couple of good We Talk Fact moments of the week. It just, let me say, it deals with some donuts.
Some donuts, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Donuts.
What you got in your hand there? That smells good.
Hey, listen. Whatever this is that they brought in here, I can't tell you what it is. It is a spicy sriracha protein bar or jerky bar. It has 11 grams of protein and some gluten-free, 3 grams of carb. I can't remember the name of the company, but they brought in some jerky. There's some beef back there, some venison. You know the name?
I do not know the name, but I do know we have our guys back.
They came back. Nice.
What's up, guys? Hey, we just had to get a little plug with John Brinkus. You know, when sports science stops by, you got to just talk to him because that's, Jay is a former player that appreciates that. Me as a fan of just watching ESPN over the years and watching all those different segments he had. John Brinkus Sports Science was like the thing to watch on Sports Center. Whenever he popped up, like you stop what you're doing and say, oh my God, John Brinkus is back. What does he have this week? And that was cool to meet him in person.
Yeah, it was.
Very cool.
And he was very gracious. Obviously, goes without saying that he's obviously one of the pioneers of the different, maybe like a different way to look at athletes being explosive, how to train. Probably a lot of athletes watched it and try to become him, thinking like, oh, I watched this show. I know a little bit more about it than my other teammates or competitors, but still brings TV. It's awesome. I just downloaded the app and you can sign up. And you can go back and get a sports science view of all the guys in the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That was cool.
It's like your matting radio. Oh, I got the wrong headset on.
As we wind down our final segment here of the day, just a recap. If you missed any of our stuff, our interviews, check out the podcast, check out the replay of YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. We've had Jake Plummer sit down. We had John Brinkus sit down. We had we had Teron Armstead sit down for the Miami Dolphins. We had a lot of people sit down today with us, and it was a lot of fun. We'll do it again tomorrow. And I believe that Kevin Harlan joins us in the 3 o'clock hour back home, 1 o'clock hour back here. I think it's 1:15. We'll confirm if that's right or not, but he is for sure joining us in the afternoon here at Radio Row as our final day tomorrow, Jay, from Las Vegas. There you go.
Yeah, you got me.
Okay. Yeah, you turned yourself down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, listen, I would say, yesterday, I mean, it's crazy. Opening night, we kick it off, slam dunk, right?
Yes.
Tuesday, big day. Tuesday was like, all right, this is where we're at. We're definitely swimming in the rocky waters or whatever you want to call it. Then next thing you know, Wednesday was huge. Now today was even bigger and better, and we answered the bell and started off with a bang, and it's been nonstop. So
yes,
listen, you got to give big props to Steve Foster. He knew John obviously from a long time ago, but you also give props to a person like John himself to be willing to come on our station. And
he could have said no. I'm good.
He could have said he's busy, but look, he's talking about his Brinks TV, sports science, and being real relevant. He told us off air that all the guys that were on sports science all through the years, all were willing to come on and didn't need to get paid because, number one, they trusted what he was saying. Number two, they wanted to be a part of it. So, it's just part of Super Bowl weekend. So Radio Row and things that we're doing and when we're ability to do. Again, I want to, emphasize, hopefully the people that helped, all of us, come down there. I mean, me and Jake been down here. It seems like we've been down here for a month. I think, we're gonna get home. Not even know how to get home. But I mean,
I lost my keys to my house.
You know what I was thinking?
Car doesn't work.
Here's the thing I was thinking. Like, where did I park? That's how long we've been going. But
my car's in Lincoln.
Yeah, is it?
I'm getting dropped off in Omaha.
We're going to Uber home, man. We've been Ubering everywhere else. But for our sponsors, man, right?
Our sponsors at Tavern 180. Tanner's Roofing Service Company, High Electric. And again, I got the list today, Jay. I mentioned a couple. I don't want to forget anybody who we've talked to. So we just talked to John Brinkus. Again, Jake Plummer, Teron Armstead, Bonnie Jill Laughlin. Tracy Sandler was a 49ers beat reporter also. She's the CEO of the Fangirl Sports Network. We had Willie Rofe. Big Willie was here today.
Hall of Famer Willie Rofe. Bart Oates.
We had your buddy, Bart Oates, and your buddy Nick Ferguson. We had Rick Harrison from Pawn Star sat down. We had Chef Roy Choi, best friend at Park MGM. That guy was on a TV show for 2 years with John Favreau.
Yeah, and
kind of a big deal.
Yeah, and he said we put our names in as
did.
automatic taste testers, and we got when my man said his go-to is he's gonna bring some ribs. He's ace in the hole.
So, and again, thanks to Steve Foster, our friend from ESPN over there, saying El Paso.
Yeah, but he does ESPN San Antonio, Nebraska alum, Princeton alum. Obviously, Dean Kane is one of his best friends, but he's a lawyer. And then also with Steve Foster, he heads up the South Texas chapter of Texas for Nebraska down there in Austin, Texas. Very gracious host, even if it's a player that he didn't necessarily have direct contact with. Always use Steve Foster as somebody to be in contact with, man. And look at Game Ready right there. Say, yo, Game Ready. Game Ready. They're Game Ready. There he is.
So this is the Jay Foreman factor, man. He sees guys walking by. That's what you get as a Foreman. You good? You want to come on for 2 minutes? All right. Just giving the play-by-play here. Jay Foreman making friends out here, as he does as a former NFL player, of course. Great college football player, and his father, pretty big deal, Chuck Foreman. Everybody knows Jay. Jay knows everybody. So, actually, we saw Doug Williams, the old Redskins quarterback, and we mentioned he said to tell Chuck Foreman hello, that he hope he's well on behalf of Jay. So Jay is now back. Jay, who did you just talk with back there? Tell the people.
That's we used to call them game ready. Grant Irons.
Grant Irons.
Played at Notre Dame, big old defense end. His dad played, Gerald Irons. His brother played. One played for Nebraska. One played it was like the Irons family played at Michigan, Notre Dame, and his dad played for the Raiders. Actually played against my dad. And the thing about it, man, you see he's yoked up.
He's yoked.
He's always
a big man.
Great. And he would when we would train in the off season down in Houston, so he lives in the Woodlands. And he would just be training. He'd have his mouth guard in like he was in a game. We out here trying to get in shape, gunned up, and he'd wear this tight, shirt. So we call him game ready because he was always ready for a game. And that's all he would walk around and talk about, game ready, number 96. So good dude, man. And it's always good to see people like that and shaking and moving.
Yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings for us. Again, packed show today, packed day. We've been here for, 6 hours?
We got to make a goal,
7
dude.
hours?
Is the goal tomorrow to put the double cherry on top? Do we get Kenny Mang over here?
I hope we can, man. If Kenny Mayne's in the building, we'll sit him down. I want to talk to anybody cool. I mean, a lot of people are cool out here. Obviously, everybody's cool. But Kenny
I'm
Mayne
sure
is
Dan
the king of
Marino
cool.
is back in Miami.
I don't think he'll be a part of our broadcast tomorrow, but his knucks are a part of my knucks, He knucked me yesterday. That sounds weird, but he gave me the knucks.
It did sound weird.
I was trying to walk that back. He gave me the knucks yesterday. I was walking by.
Okay.
Hey, I told Teron Armstead that. He's like, yeah, we'll try to get him on next time.
Yeah. Well,
now, I talked to my buddy Mike Nobler of the Miami Dolphins video guy. He said, hey, tell Teron hello for me. I did. He said, try to get Braxton Berrios and Jalen Waddle on at some point today or tomorrow. Didn't happen today, but they're at the Bounty booth over there. I didn't see them at all.
I didn't see them either.
If they are here tomorrow,
we've been here working the whole time.
We'll try to get them. We'll try to get them to sit down. But again, it never gets old. We did it for 4 days, and I just keep having a wandering head. My neck is on a swivel, trying to figure out who's walking through next.
We got one more full day, and like I said, every day as before I saw game ready is that every day has been bigger and better. And I want to emphasize this for our sponsors and people to be hopefully future sponsors. The exposure that your companies can get, and obviously being associated with the ticket, hopefully we showed it paid off because as many people that we've seen from all across America, right? Half of them at least have Nebraska connections. That's the crazy thing. So it's like, the Super Bowl starts in Nebraska. Now I'm just playing, but there's a lot of people that have Nebraska connections. A lot of people that know about the ticket. They're probably going to be expecting us to come back. So it's been a challenge to get to this point, like DP said, to see how we do it. Hopefully that you guys that have been listening throughout the day, that we've been able to answer that challenge. And what else is Jake, you never know. Me, you, Strick, Austin might have to go cover the NBA Finals.
Well, we do that gladly.
Yeah.
We like to make sure we spread out the love and try to get everybody covered here. But I feel like, again, we hope that you guys who've been listening have appreciated the 4 days with one more to go, and that you've heard some voices you probably would never hear before on the station, especially in person, not over the phone, but in person, sitting down. And we will do our best to end this sucker on a high note tomorrow, as we have done the first couple days.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting. We're going to try to make it even bigger and better tomorrow. It goes by quick, though, man. We in here. We in like Flynn. So appreciate it. Jay Foreman. DP is in Vegas in the vicinity somewhere.
We
Jake
saw him
Sorensen,
for a second.
We saw him for like 3 seconds, but he is here. He's over at WWE. And we'll be back tomorrow bright and early. We're gonna try to tap in early. We're going to go ball, all heads to bed tomorrow. So
all heads to bed.
We will talk to you guys, like Strick says, mañana.